Hello and welcome to an episode of BeamNG.Drive. In this episode, I'm going to be checking out the Gavril Bluebuck. When you click on this car, the first option you have is for the horrible. That's the name of this version of the car. And it does look quite horrible. But it says that it should be an excellent dirt racer. So, let's see how excellent it is on Derby Arena. I mean, if I'm honest, it does actually do quite well. However, what I'm going to now do is spawn up a similar version of this car, but it's not this car. I'm going to spawn up the terrible. Now that car's going to try to flee away from me, and I'm going to see if I can catch it and see which car is better. This model of the car has a inline 6, which I forget exactly how many cubic inches this inline 6 is. All I know is that it has big exhaust manifolds that come right out of the hood. And it appears as if, yeah, he's slow. But this is really an excellent dirt racer. Let's see how it handles some of these roads, as it says it should be a good dirt racer. Okay, yes, the top end speed is not there, but as for going a bit slower around tight small bends and that sort of thing, it does pretty good. So I think I'm just going to go switch out to a different map, because this isn't really the best map for testing out cars that aren't things like this. Okay, so here we are on West Coast, USA, and I'm going to take a second just to look through some of the different models of this car. First of all, the car that I was just using is called the Horrible, because, I mean, it's a horrible car except for if you're doing dirt racing. The next model we have here is the automatic and manual inline 6 four-door sedan, so because I like some speed, I think I'm going to just get the manual. Now, you're thinking to yourself, okay, it's an inline 6, does it have any power at all? Can it do a burnout? Not really, yeah. It's not a fast car, and that's not really the point of this model. The point of this model would be it's just an entry-level model of the car. Now, as for the car itself, this was back in a time where the comfort of a car was really the main thing. If we just take it around, even like just going over any bumps in the road, you don't notice it at all, because that's kind of what the point of this car was. And trust me, this video will get a lot more interesting towards the end. Now, handling wasn't really a concern for this car, so you go around a corner and, yep, it's just lean, and more lean. For example, let's say you want to get on the highway here. You're like, oh crap, take the corner fast, and then you're suddenly that high up in the air. The inline 6 in the car is quite quiet. Now, let's get a little bit more interesting. Trust me, at the end of the video will be the most You know what, screw it. Okay, let's just go for the Lowrider already. All of the boring things will be at the end of the video. But for right now, here we have the Lowrider. Let me go over what all of the buttons do. So if you click Y, that hops everything. And you can do that. To hop just the front axle, you click T. So you can get that gangster look while going down the road. So you just go down the road. There we go. G does the rear. Now, if you just want to hop the left side, which would be reverse since we're looking this direction, F does this. H does this. Now, let's say you want to just raise the whole thing up. You can just click this. And that's the beauty of hydraulic suspension. And then you can just lower it right on down. Now, if you're like me, you wonder on things. So, the first thing I questioned when I saw this is, how much weight can the hydraulics actually push up? So, to do that, I'm going to spawn up another one of these. I'm going to park it a little bit closer to that car. And you can probably imagine what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be thoroughly impressed if these cars can actually lift up somewhat high with all of this weight. Here's going to be the real question. Can I even get up on top of those cars? There we go. Yep, perfect. Gonna move it a little bit more over this way. There we go. Okay, let's see what this thing can do. Okay. So the rear is a little bit saggy, but if we also try and use this one, okay, that is actually really kind of surprising. Okay, let's go back to the car itself and remove everything else. Now let's go to have a little bit of lowrider fun. With it being so low to the ground, this car is able to corner pretty good because it stays flat through the whole corner, as it is so low to the ground. Oh, look at this. So I'm going to go around this corner. And you can see that there is hardly any body lane at all. There is some, just not a crazy amount. Let's go back to all the other configurations in here. And let's skip the mid model, because that just has a small block V8. What I think I want is what I'm going to use right now is the 353 Super Thrust Big Block V8. Now we're back to a car that is not a lowrider with the hydraulic suspension, which means we got a lot of body roll. However, with this 353 cubic inch V8, we're actually able to go pretty fast. Right now I just hit almost 90, so let's just slow down before we kill ourselves. I'm going to go onto the highway, switch the car out to a different model of this, and see just how fast it can go. Now also, since this is rear wheel drive, let's see if it can drift, because, well, not necessarily drift, because drift is just the action of doing it, but power sliding. Let's see. Come on, shift up. Okay, let's try to use the parking brake. Okay, that did not work. Okay, here we are at the highway. So we're gonna go change out to a even bigger block model. That model is going to be the Police Interceptor. So, the difference between the Police Package and the Police Interceptor is the engine and the suspension. The Interceptor has sport suspension and a big, huge 423 big block. Whereas the normal Police Interceptor just has the 353 V8 motor. Let's get the Police Interceptor and do some intercepting. But first, we must see how... I'm just spinning my wheels with hardly any throttle. Okay, let's get out onto the highway here. Let's see how easy it is to spin the wheels on this. 38% throttle and I spun the wheels. Anyway, so floor it now. 80, 90. Okay, for the 1970s or 60s or whenever this thing came out. Yeah, this is decently fast. Almost 400 horsepower. And since this is the police version, got a ton of lights on. Or I should say one light. Wait, can we hit 155? Because that is most German cars nowadays. Nah, not without crashing and dying. But I am confident that it could get up to that speed. Quite a lot of brake fade once you get on it. Here we are. We are gonna be doing a police chase, because if there's a police model of a car, I'm gonna test it out, because why wouldn't you? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay, that did not work. Let's just reset the car real quick. Now, I must say that on the straights, I might be as fast as that car. However, I haven't even caught up to him, as I decided to spawn the car that I'm chasing on a quite tight road, which means that I'm probably never going to see him, as I'm in a big old American muscle car, not a modern sports car. And I don't have anti-lock brakes or any of that shaz. Oh wait, I do see him. Okay. He's taking the corner surprisingly cautiously, probably so he doesn't destroy his car. I've already destroyed my car. Oh jeez. Couldn't even take that car, Preston. Here we go. Come on. Let's go get him. Please be the last corner. We're doing quite a lot of what I call wheel spinning. Okay, he's going to the left, so swing it left already. Ooh. He's going opposite lanes of traffic now. Even though there is no traffic. No, okay. Somehow I made that corner. Let's try to do a little pit maneuver on him now. You know, I tried to record this earlier, but I ended up accidentally not clicking record. That kind of pissed me off, but anyway. Oh geez, he is fast. I didn't realize that that car was that fast. To be fair, that's one of my favorite models, so I kind of should know how fast that car is. And I just slammed the brakes, so let's go for a pit maneuver. That was more of a ram his car than a pit maneuver. Okay, take it tight. And now we're getting on the highway, so no expense spared. I'm flooring it. And let's try to get up with him, and he's slamming his brakes. Why? You trying to brake check me, bud? Yeah, he is. He just brake checked me. Well, sucks to be you. Because I got big American steel on my hand. See, look, that's what happens. You get stuck. And I have successfully done that. So, I've won that chase. Now let's do something a little bit more sporty that does not involve me getting humiliated by the game, by a computer. That thing would be getting a sporty model of this car, such as the 423 Road Sport 2-door hardtop. This model here has a limited slip diff. I mean, the tire, it is pretty under-tired. But the fact that it has red, whereas a lot of old cars from this generation have white walls, this thing has red walls. Which means that it's fast. What it also means is that it looks cool, but with that limited slip diff in the rear, it makes sliding something that just kind of happens and is quite fun. Whereas the other one wheel just get locked up and just keep spinning. This one, both the wheels are powered and you can get some nice old slides on. As for not having ABS is so annoying, because you go to stop and then you gotta feather the thing instead of just stomping the gas pedal like I like stomping the brake pedal like an ape. It's kind of annoying for me to have to feather it, but it is quite rewarding to just be able to floor it on the straights and go over 100 quite quickly, like right now. And now let's slow down real early before I get to the corner and die. Now, while yes, we are at the drag strip, we're not doing drag racing just yet. We're actually going to be going around the track. I'm going to be doing a little bit with this car, and then I'm going to switch out to an even more track-focused version. Okay. Hookah left. There we go. Now, as this is the Road Sport model, it should be able to go fast. Around not just the straight, but I suspect it is going to be just the straight. And that's my fault right there. And that's what you call American muscle. Including this. And overheating your engine because you just decided to spin it so much. Hook it around the corner. Now, as for my least favorite corner of this whole track, it is right here. And watch this, I'm going to go off the track. Or not go off the track, because I went, like, literally grandma pace there. Okay. Now, time to switch out to the custom model of this car. Now, I'm going into the car parts selector so that I can take off the exhaust pipes and have it sound quite nice, actually. Now, take a listen. Okay, that sounds good. And you can see the engine from inside of the car. How cool is that? Now, this model actually has some pretty thick rear tires. So I'd expect the cornering to be just as thick. Well, it kinda is, but you'll have to wait till I get to the corner to see that. This feels a little bit more controlled than the other car. The other model of this car, it felt like the only thing you did is smoke the rear tires. Whereas this one, it feels like you can smoke the rear tires if the mood takes you that way. However, if you, for some reason, want to not do that, you can also not do that. But I like doing that. I'll show you an example right here of not smoking the rear tires around the corner. I mean, yes, that's faster than smoking the rear tires, but smoking the rear tires is just the thing to do. Ooh. Okay. Now, you all know what time of the video it is. It's the drag race segment. Okay, trans brake enabled. Oh, dang. Okay, he's already off. Okay, damn. Okay, go, fast. And I'm off. 165 at the end of that, and I did it in just over 10 seconds. However, I think I can do it in under 10 seconds. Okay. Let's shoot for under 10 seconds. And I think I'll try to get about 170 at the end of this one. 173, I saw it there, and I think I got it in under 10 seconds. Holy crap. Just by enabling nitrous, that was about another 1.5 seconds. 8.4 seconds, quarter mile. That's pretty good. Okay, I have an idea here. Let's go with the stock drag car for the opponent. And now that I've made a few changes to this car, we'll see if it is any faster. So, if you remember before, it was 8.4 seconds for the quarter mile time. And this time I suspect it'll be, let's say 8 point... I'm not sure what to say. All I know is it will do... Okay, that was close. Oh my... That feels so fast. Okay, well, I definitely did damage to the engine, and that was 7.999. Which means that faster than the stock car, that's 0.4 of a second faster. Okay, that is nuts. Let's continue here, and since I'm going 184, he was only going 183, oddly. I mean 138. Let's see how well this thing just stops. Yeah, that's good. So this is the first sort of stock car that the game, that BeamNG has released themselves that isn't like a mod or anything like that. And obviously, yeah, you can't spin the wheels off the line right there. But once you do get up to speed, and really after first gear, you don't spin your wheels. And you only really spin your wheels if you're being a yob, which I always am. But you see here, it'll get up to 160 or so eventually, and it can just corner just well. I mean, look, I'm only turning this much, and it's going all the way close to the edge. So why don't I just get up all the way up high on the edge here? Okay, made an assortment of changes, but let's hope this thing can actually go pretty good, because it does have some pretty thick front tires and even thicker rear tires, which means I bet you I can lift it up and... Okay, well, it looks like I can't actually lift the front up, which is probably a good thing, but I put the drag radiator on this, so I am kind of very strongly hoping that it will actually work quite well. However, I already see the temperatures climbing quite a long bit. However, the drag model has nitrous. This does not. So I'm hoping that it can actually survive having a stage 3 supercharger on here. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to let off a little bit. 93% throttle is... It's working. And, okay, almost certain death just happened there. It is getting twitchy. The oil is actually about to start overheating, but I'm not sure if you can put an oil cooler on this. Okay, I need to shut the engine off before it grenades. And there, the engine grenaded. Anyway, hopefully you liked this episode, and goodbye.